We are watching the weirdest ass bitch I've ever fucking seen in my fucking life.
Because I talk about perspective and humility and kindness and patience and tenacity, and it's definitely a good mix of
these young girls who are supposed to be your.
It seems like you've really integrated so much of your life because you do so many things. Reading your bio, it's a little overwhelming to think about.
Watch her face.
So many different pies.
Yes.
But when you talk about it, it does seem like it's all interrelated, and so in a way, when you're thinking about consumers,
She thinks she's intelligent.
Has applications for content, investing.
Yes.
So really, what she just said was, in layman's term, is you do a bunch of shit and it really interacts with each other. But notice how she went. So you do all these things and you do this and it's all interrelated and it just seems so overwhelming and all this emotion.
More about how you started layering on all these.
How did you start layering on all these things? I'm just so intelligent. I work for the New York Post.
Observation. It's why the marketing company is the center. It's the operating system. If VaynerX is the best at understanding consumers and knowing how to make music, make videos, make pictures.
Well, they're not.
And how to spend media to amplify it.
And then she's all like, I'm so sophisticated.
In a contemporary way of the moment, at scale, was the winner. My operating system was, I will build a human infrastructure, not a technology, not a SaaS product, not a social network. I know me. I like humans. I like teams.
I love corruption, she said. So we're all working together with Squawk Box and New York Post and California and VCon and all the other things that he's involved in with LA and Hollywood, including the White Party, all of Monavan's bullshit, Art Basel, to destroy this country while we violate civil rights and human rights while they think that they're professional.
Human infrastructure of the best practitioners in being the best contemporary marketers. How does that show up?
You're not going to steal anyone's job. They're just going to make more money than you, pay you less, and then sit around and do this shit for a living.
It shows up with, then I'm able to then deploy that against...
this restaurant that he invested in is fucking hideous.
The founder, Ben Leventhal, inside the Vayner machine. I started a direct-to-consumer one.
So it is a machine.
Brand called Empathy Wines. That was done by people that...
So Empathy Wines is part of his gimmick. So is Loyal. So is all the other bullshit that he puts out his fucking mouth. Because all of those things that he represents are literally destroyed when I show up with any form of a video. So that means the bitch sitting across from him knows exactly what's fucking going on. And she wants to eat my fucking guts out for lunch and dinner. And the New York Post is a fucking criminal newspaper, just like the Huffington Post that his bitch-ass fiance loves licking her clit.
We're trained at Vayner, and then that was a very big exit. VeeFriends, my Pokemon that I'm building, it comes from the essence of this. My personal brand.
Yeah.
Built from the essence of this. Also,
your personal brand is you fucking a Persian on camera, isn't it? That's what they think personal brand is. Do you understand that? Monavan is his personal brand, but who you are in your personal life is who you are at work. 12 and a half emotional ingredients.
This. And so now I sit in a place where no matter what I do, my pickleball team, right?
Closing your fucking pickleball shit down.
Investments. No matter what I do, I have an infrastructure that can create demand.
So he is literally telling you that he does whatever the fuck he wants. I have an infrastructure that I can do whatever I want to fucking do, including abuse you as American citizens, and you're not going to do anything about it, especially with a fucking Persian whore on his arm.
Nothing but kids.
Most things fail.
Interesting, yeah. I didn't hear a word you fucking said.
Or they're created in a vacuum, like Quibi. Where it's
we'll say this. Well, they were created in a vacuum like Quibi.
And all these people sitting in an ivory tower who think, oh, this is a great idea. And
so she's saying that other people sit in an ivory tower. However, she sits in an ivory tower, which she got off of my platform.
They don't actually...
No one in her generation says ivory tower. She doesn't even fucking know what it means. Proof!
Test it. in a way. So you're able to sort of test things in real time.
So now she's gonna pest it. Do you know what that means? She's gonna try to irritate the shit out of me to bring more attention to the New York Post. However, this is not the kind of attention that you want to get, bitch. You're like down here on the totem pole of success. No one even fucking knows who your annoying ass is. You're like a fucking robot.
Yeah, I mean, Quibi's just like, it's funny you brought that up. Quibi was, I'll never forget the first time I was pitched it. It was done and I was like, you mean YouTube? Like, they weren't solving a problem.
Okay.
Quibi got caught in thinking that there was something in this short form video that was worth it, but the reality was they didn't recognize that it's kind of like dating apps. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, now we gotta bring up his personal brand.
Go after Tinder. I'm like, what about Instagram DM?
I love talking about Tinder. I get screwed all the time by that dude. By that dude and that dude. We all meet up after drinks at this fancy restaurant, and then I post images on my Instagram account.
Competing with something that was doing it better.
Now we're talking about dating. So you're telling me that you only care about dating.
Because when we were thinking about what we wanted to ask you for this interview, you've gotten in a lot of already very saturated spaces, which is interesting. So Resy came after Open Table. And seemingly a lot of people would look at that and say, oh, well, there's all...
Hold on. So you got really involved in a lot of different things that were already up and running. So like Resy and Open Table.
Already an existing service.
There were already an existing service and blah 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 blah. Gorgeous.
And it was New York. How do you think about competing? How do you decide which space to compete in, and how do you get a toehold in such a
it's called You're Fucking Greedy as Shit. It's called You Don't Care About Customer Service. You have nothing to offer in your existence to anyone around you. Who the fuck raised that shit? Who the fuck is that bitch's mother and father?
World is abundant. I think this is one of the...
The world is abundant is his response.
Fees, you can really over-deliver on experience. It's a different business model.
Well, one would hope for paying that kind of money.
That's exactly right.
One would hope for paying that kind of money. Oh.
That's why when I look at this place, like I was blown away.
Hideous.
I had to remind myself, well, of course, like it should be better than like a place you don't pay a membership for, right?
Yeah.
2, it's always high school. This is something people have to learn. Friends, it's always high school. Even if you go to a retirement home, it's fucking high school. Sure?
Yes.
And so it launched 2.5 years ago. So that was a whole different thing. So there's just like always, like, friends, it's always high school. Even if you go to a retirement home, it's fucking high school. It's always high school. And in high school, people want to have...
bitch, you are still in fucking elementary school.
They want to feel like they're better than... It's human psychology. And, you know...
Only losers think that way out of New York City and LA.
Okay, interesting. So
Okay.
You looked at this market and you thought, okay, there's plenty of demand.
Yeah, and Flyfish was obviously an NFT membership.
Yes.
And so it launched
Yes.
2.5 years ago. So that was a different thing. So there's just like, these, like different models, different things. There's just so many variables in business.
Not
Like,
one
it's, you know,
interest in
again,
anything
I like
except for
thinking
the
about
dating
this.
part.
Obviously, we're filming this right after the election, and I love thinking about business the way that the elections work. As you know, because you're in the business. The next
She
morning,
delivered
even
on
after,
nothing of worth
everyone's
anything
loves
in
to
her
talk
entire
about
fucking
the
existence.
riot.
The post-mortem.
The post-mortem. Oh, Latino males this. and I always am fascinated by people on TV, pundits, people on social media. They get surprised.
Yeah.
Boom!
I was like, how are you surprised? The only thing history will tell you.
Fucking
is
lazy
it constantly
motherfucking whore.
Temperament changes. Humans change. Some of us in this room have changed our own points of view as a human, let alone groups of people and things of that nature. So what I think...
So Gary Vee's changed his behavior, and he's clearly sharing that for all of you to let you know that that is what he did to get fucked by a fucking Persian.
I'm good at. And what I implore anyone who operates something, it's actually tremendous parenting advice, is...
You're not a fucking parent, dude. I'm sorry. Your behavior is not a fucking parent. That's something that you're gonna have to fucking live with for what you fucking did to those 2 little kids with a bitch ass ex-wife that you chose to have 2 kids with. Nasty ass fucking existence. You're a fucking bitch, Lizzie, and so is your fucking